shit. Camaraderie. They're dirty liars. I'm so disappointed in this book. I don't know. It's not even the Girl Prince. Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a vlog video, my favorite type of video to film, because these are the most fun I have when filming it, because I'm not stuttering over doing multiple retakes of trying to make sure I get all my data and statistics correctly. So today I am just going to take you guys around, do my little bookish vlog, and do a book haul. So I guess we're starting this video off strong, and probably the biggest reason why I wanted to film this vlog is because I want to get working on these books. So here's my mini book haul. As you guys can see, my TBR cart is slowly but surely getting bigger. I think I have another section down here. I think I'm gonna make this section be books that I'm going to donate to the little library, or just libraries in general, because I found a lot of books from my own house. My dad's been bringing them over whenever he visits, and I also found some books that I have in my apartment, such as Elon Musk and The Big Short and Geek Girl Rising. So I'm not 100% sure I'll be reading these books, because I definitely tried to get into one or two of them and I wasn't really into it, so they might end up in the donation pile. On top of the donation pile, my dad brought me this book, which is Dick Francis Whip Hand. I don't remember anything about it, but apparently I made it through a good chunk of the book, and you know this book was old when I read it, because I have this cute little bookmark. It's one of those 3D bookmarks, and in the back it's the super old Wii logo or controller. So this book was read a really long time ago. I don't know if I'll read it, but currently I think this book is going to end up being in a donation pile for the little libraries that I'm planning to go around, just to see if there's any books I want to pick up from the local library. Let's just get right into the books that I purchased from Costco. If you guys did not know, as soon as I found out the magic world of Costco and their books, Costco is stopping their book sales starting 2025, because they just find that the labor that it takes to put the books out on display was much higher than it is worth to sell it. So unfortunately, as soon as I find out about the magical world of Costco and how cheap it is, they are gutting it, getting rid of it. I think they'll bring it back for special occasions, or maybe like once or twice a year for like a sale. But at the moment, I am going to be picking up all the books I can at Costco and enjoying it while it lasts. So we're starting off this vlog with a little haul of all the books I purchased. Alright, with all my books in hand, here is my little haul. We have 4 hardcover and 1 paperback. So let's quickly go into the first book that I purchased. The first book is Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow. This is actually a pick from my July TBR board game. Perfect timing. When I went to Costco, I saw that this was available for purchase. Picked it up since I don't think I will be able to get a copy from the Beat or from my local library. So good thing I went to Costco and I saw this. This is probably the only justifiable purchase, since I did say that I wanted to dwindle down my physical TBR. However, I went to Costco and purchased 4 more books. I'm not sure when I'll have time to go through all of this, but hopefully soon. Hopefully this TBR pile will dwindle down, and if it doesn't, it's fine. I'll just put myself on a book buying ban. So the next book I purchased at Costco was Home is Where the Bodies Are. This is a mystery thriller, and I think this is the first mystery thriller that I have purchased aside from the Silent Patient. So I also have the Silent Patient, and I actually made it through like 50% of the book. I did DNF it. It is on my to be read pile because I feel like I didn't give it a good chance. I might try to pick this up again, but no promises. I've read so many mixed reviews for this, so I don't know how to feel about it completely. But this is also, I believe, a mystery thriller as well. Not my favorite. I did make it through like 50% of it and did DNF it, but it was a little bit unfair because it was during a phase where I was just dabbling back into reading but not fully immersed in it. So I will be giving this another shot, since this is probably the original, the OG book that I purchased prior to getting back into reading. Okay, all right, let's talk about Home is Where the Bodies Are. So I'm not really 100% sure what this book is about. I just know that it has to do with like a series of killing in their hometown, and when they come back after their parents passing, they find a bunch of VHS tapes, and they kind of uncover the mystery and the things that have been happening. I'm assuming their parents were the murderers. I've actually watched a mystery thriller movie or TV show that had a similar synopsis to this, so I'm really excited to see how this plays out. I think this is just on the right line of the kind of book that I enjoy, because I really enjoy true crime and just criminal psychology in general. I'm a Criminal Minds girly, so I feel like this book is probably a really good book for me to get started into the genre of thrillers and mysteries. The next book is yet again another aesthetically beautiful book that I purchased on a whim, and it is The Night Ends with Fire. Look at the detail, look at the sprayed edges, and then look at the cover. This is actually like a pretty heavy book. The cover itself is super thick and sturdy. Also, the inside says never trust a dragon. This is supposed to be a retelling of Mulan with a little sprinkle of the poppy war in there, so I figured that sounds super interesting. I went ahead and picked up the hard copy of it just because I want something pretty and aesthetic, but also the synopsis sounded good. The last book I did that on was Five Broken Blades. Have I read it? No, but Love Lauren has read it and she said it was good. Therefore, I think I'm going to enjoy it as well. So I'm gonna make it my excuse that sometimes pretty books are pretty good as well, okay? So I'm gonna just put this aside and move on to the last book of the haul. The last book I picked up was more of a literary pick, and it is The Woman by Kristen Hanna. From what I kind of read in the synopsis in the front, it's giving kind of a similar vibe to How Divine Rival Started. None of that romance stuff, but kind of more powerful forces at play. And then the reason why the primary female lead of the story goes into war is because her brother was also drafted into the war. I'm really excited to see how this reads and how it turns out. This is going to be a literary pick in my opinion. I think this is a literary novel. Actually, no, I don't know what genres are, okay? I just think it'll be a fascinating read to take the perspective of women that participated in the Vietnam War on the Americans' perspective. So that is it for my little haul. All right, so I think what I'm going to do now that I finished talking about my haul is that I am actually gonna go over to my desk and protect the sleeves. I mentioned this in another vlog or whatever, but I said that I don't really like it when my sleeves get wrinkled or ripped and all of that. So what I have been doing is actually protecting my sleeve, kind of like the library. So I have a plastic wrap around it and it just keeps the book intact and kind of make sure that you can't bend or wrinkle the corners. So that's what I'm gonna do with all of the hardcovers that I have down here. I have already put on the sleeves for basically all of my current hardcovers. So I'm gonna quickly do these and then, I don't know, maybe finish reading The Cruel Prince. I have about 6 chapters left of The Cruel Prince and it's due tomorrow. So I'm gonna power through that, then return it to the library. So I will catch you guys in the clip of me putting on my pocket sleeves. Hi, it is July 14th. It's the Pokemon Go Fest in Necrozma, so I'm repping a Pokemon Go shirt. But I had a fever last night and I'm mildly dying, as you guys saw in the previous clips. So today I will just be really chill, relaxed. I'm probably gonna finish editing the Riz book tag video. I was supposed to get it up today, but I am sweating bullets. I died last night. I was kind of disappointed too because I saw a bunch of my favorite YouTubers posted their like newest videos, like Lauren, Ellen. Oh my god, sorry. Like Lauren, Ellen, Kat, Crystal. Like I think Crystal actually uploaded it earlier today, but regardless, I saw a bunch of those videos uploaded and I really wanted to watch it, but I was dead on the bed. My head hurt so bad that I don't even know what I watched. I gotta be honest with you guys, I watched it. It was playing in the background. I did not retain any of the video information last night. The fever was high. So today I am just gonna slowly edit, play some TFT, and watch your guys' videos because I don't know, I need some joy in my life since I can't be out catching Pokemon right now, even though shiny rates are up and high. I will see you guys whenever I see you guys. I don't know how long this vlog is gonna be, over a span of how long, but I will see you guys. Do you remember this word?
Caliber.
Trebuchet.
Trebuchet. Trebuchet memes.
Trebuchet.
Is the better trebucket?
Trebucket. Trebucket.
I mean, it's only one letter off, right?
Trebuchet. How's it trebuchet? Like,
because it's not an English word.
See, as a reader, this is what I'm talking about.
Trebucket.
Trebucket. I read it as trebucket and then I remembered our conversation and then you telling me trebuchet memes. I have not filmed an update in a while now. I actually don't know when was the last time I filmed an update. I have not been feeling very well. I don't know, maybe I mentioned it in a previous clip, but I got some like unknown virus. It could be COVID, it could be strep, it could be the flu, who knows. And I'm finally feeling a little bit better now. I don't know, even though my voice is not fully here anymore. But regardless, I wanted to come in and film a little bit of an update since I feel a little bit better. I just published a tag tag video yesterday, and yesterday was Tuesday. I have a couple of tag videos that I've been tagged in, one by Bonnie Nicole's Writes and another by Be Kind and Read On, so I still have to do those. I have to be honest, like tag videos are hard for me to do because I'm like always planning and then I end up like looking down and then reading off of a script, and they're not my favorite to edit. Maybe I'll do them like spontaneously in middle vlogs. I feel like that style works way better for me. But regardless, I think I want to do like a little bit of an update right now on kind of the situation, not the situation, my reading. So I finished The Wicked King, my buddy read with Chris, sometime in the time frame of this vlog. I don't really remember when, but I already returned the book to my local library and it was really good. I really enjoyed The Wicked King. I love the scheming and the anxiety that Jude goes through and all of the different things that are happening currently in the book. It's amazing. I felt like after Holly Black set up her universe, we're really in it, right? We're really in it, and we're just having a good time experiencing what Jude's going through. And the ending, oh my god, that cliffhanger of an ending, like Holly Black, you always leave us on a cliffhanger. I just find it like I just want to be happy after I read that, and honestly I kind of am, but I'm kind of also not. It's like, it's a cliffhanger, all right, okay? I can't, that book is just, it's so good. Even though I know I said I hated on Jude a lot in the first book, I feel like she's really grown on. And also her sister, like, give me a switch around. It was actually Taryn that I hated this whole time, all right? Not Jude, Taryn. I hate Taryn. I'm Taryn's #1 hater. I hate her so much. She has no soul, nothing. She's literally, she's the worst, okay? Period. So that's my little update on The Wicked King. I think I'll actually have to do like a full review on it when I do my monthly wrap-up, since my head is not the clearest right now. But it was a 4.5 stars for me, and I don't know why. I think it could be a 5 stars. It was good. That's all I can tell you. My brain is not braining. I don't remember much, but I figured I should do a little bit of an update. Also, I have started reading The Poppy War, which was a recommendation from Grandma Reviews, and more recently from Jessie, and I am about like wherever this flag is, like 50% of the way through. Yeah, I would say it's like 50. It's so good. I have nothing to say. Like, I figured after The Wicked King I would be like fantasied out, but this fantasy is more generalized, or I guess not generalized, it's not the correct term. It's more like rural area. It still kind of feels like our world, but the maps and the country that we're talking and referencing isn't really there. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but basically I can tell that it's kind of based on China, but we're imagining like a whole different other country, a whole different other world where there is another country, which in this case is, all right, sorry, I didn't remember the name of the country, but basically Nicara, this is the country, and they're currently in like a standoff Cold War with the Federation, which is another country in the sea. That's the best way I could describe it. And they're all training to kind of be in anticipation of the war breaking out, and lo and behold, the war breaks out, and we're following Rin, our main character, where she's going through like this very intense military school that she got into purely based on the fact that she aced an exam, and then she actually passes the trials after her first year also. From all like her own efforts alone, almost everybody who's in that military school comes from like a prestigious background where they were like tutors since they were walking and talking. So basically just give you kind of like the despairing differences between her and her other schoolmates. So she comes from like a very low background, and she faces a lot of trials because of where she came from, the color of her skin and all that stuff. I felt this is a very well written book in that aspect. And then we have elements of fantasy into play. It is fairly dense. It's a pretty dense book. Like, we're setting up the plot, we're setting up the characters, and then we're also learning about the world as we go along and the lore behind it. And then we're trying to see where Rin comes into play with all of this. I don't know, like, there are moments in this book, like, I have not been my 100% the past couple of days, but I'm like still trying to devour this book whenever I can. Like, I would read 3 pages and then pass out, and then read 3 pages and then pass out. I'm so glad that this was the recommendation I got, and this was the pick for my monthly TBR, because I don't think I would have picked it up otherwise. It does seem a little bit intimidating. It's about 500 pages and it's a trilogy, but I feel like the world building is very solid. It's a military style book, war front, all that good stuff. There is supposed to be a romance subplot. I'm over here like, who is she gonna be with? Is it Nezha? Is it going to be Kate? Is it going to be Atlin? Like, the possibilities are endless, and I want to know who she ends up with. At the moment your guess is as good as my guess. I have no idea what's happening. But yeah, I am gonna continue to finish reading this. I'm hoping to finish this by like this weekend because I need to return this book anyways, and then I am going to read 1984 afterwards. I don't know when this video for this vlog is gonna come up. It might go up like sometime next week. I might even skip a video this week since I'm just not feeling that well. I was going to do my mid-year freakout tag along with my Q1 and Q2 check-in, but I don't know. It's very apparent that I am no longer like brain fully functioning, so maybe I'll just take it easy this week. Don't post anything. I want to be like on time for the videos, and I want to be like, I have like this mental block where I was just like, well, if I'm gonna miss like Q1, Q2 / the mid-year tag wave, like why bother? But at the end of the day, I'm trying to remind myself that like it's not about what videos get published, whose videos is out. It's really about having fun, and honestly, I have the most fun when I'm doing all the edits. I'm learning so many new things about like the different animations that I've added in my videos in the past like couple of months that I've started this YouTube channel. So I think just focusing on that will just make me more happy than just feeling this need that like I need to get this video out. So I'm gonna skip a video this week. That is my goal. I don't want to feel stressed trying to film a video and then edit and get it on time. When I feel better, we will have a video for the mid-year freakout tag / Q1 Q2. By the time you see this video, it may or may not already be uploaded, but we will see. I will catch you guys in the next update. Hopefully I will feel a lot better and I can give you guys a better opinion about the Wicked King and the Poppy War. Hi, so the last time I updated was probably a couple of days ago, but then I didn't get much footage because I was still getting better. But since then, I have finished the Poppy War and the Wicked King. I think I mentioned the Wicked King in a previous vlog footage. However, now I am on 1984 and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I have Tomorrow as a book, as a physical book I purchased from Costco. I think the very first footage of this video I should have it as part of a haul, but I'm actually listening to the audiobook using Spotify premium audiobook feature, just because I'm trying to finish all my books before the end of the month. Even though I only had like 3 picks from the actual TBR game, I am struggling to finish it because I got super sick, and I did not realize how big the Poppy War was and how long it was going to take me to finish it. But we're done. It was such a good book. 5 stars, a solid 5-star read. I didn't know what I was getting into for that book, and that book took me on like a whole roller coaster of a ride, and I really enjoyed it. It is very gruesome, and I think the first part, it's split up into 3 parts. The first part, you just think you're just following like a YA schoolgirl kind of thing, and then the second and the third part just took off into the war direction. And when they say war, it is war. It is gritty, it is very dark. There are a lot of like dark themes in part 3 that, I don't know, kind of just shook me to my core, but I still really enjoyed the book. I'm really wondering what's going to happen in book 2, so hopefully I'll get around to reading that soon. But I do have a lot of other books on my TBR and books that I'm planning to read in the next couple months, so we'll have to see when I get around to the second book. But definitely a high one on my list because this book was so good. All of that aside, I wanted to show you what I kind of put all my mental into the past couple of days, and it is my mid-year freakout tag / Q1 and Q2 statistics. I went all out. Okay, so I'm gonna off the screen so I could see, and it focused onto the screen. So I think right now, lower my ISO a little bit. There we go. And I really just went all out with this. I think by the time you guys watch by the time this video comes up, hopefully Q1, Q2 reading statistics should already be up, so you guys can see that then. But for now, I think I am going to plan out my videos for August, since it's already the 23rd. I can't believe it. Like, the year is flying by. And then I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos while I'm doing that. Since I've been sick, I had like a huge backlog of videos that I haven't watched, and I'm really excited to get to them because I don't know, I just love hearing like other fellow booktubers live day reading adventures and like their thoughts on books. It's just always so fun. And whoever I watch on the screen, always I'll try to leave like a little tag of their YouTube channel so you can watch it with me if you're interested. And with that, let's just get right into it. Hopefully by the time my next update comes, I would have finished 1984 so I can talk about it with Ellen. So Ellen, this is my pick for July for her book club, and it's a 1984. I can see why teenage me just said no, I was not reading this, because it's dense. It uses a lot of like language that is very old, and the writing style is just so different from the novels that I've been reading recently. So I am reading this book a lot slower than I thought I would, but I'm still kind of enjoying it. I'm not 100% sold on it yet. I'm only like 15% into the book, but we'll see how the story progresses. It's supposed to be like a story showcasing like what the world would be, or what your country would be if it was a totalitarian. And so far it's given what I expected it to give, with the concepts that they were implying and showcasing. So I'm really excited to see how it progresses and why this is such like a literary pick, and why my teachers had me read it. I don't remember any of the prompts that they gave me as a child, but maybe I'll look it up, see what it's all about, and watch some video essays on it. But for now, ending this vlog here, and I will catch you guys whenever I see you guys.
After all, is a video game subtextual preoccupation. he would die, and his mother would die.
Hi, I didn't know when I wanted to do an update on my reading adventures and when I wanted to end this video. I have decided that I'm just gonna make it like a whole July vlog-ish, but that's not the point of this video, or not the point of this update. I am reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by recommendation from Jessie, and I am probably about 50% through the book. I am dual listening to it on audiobook along with reading along, and I'm actually going through and annotating it. But I just wanted to come up here because I am so upset. I'm livid and I am mad, and I figured this is probably the best format to express my feelings, my thoughts about the book, because I love this book. I really like the concepts. I felt so related to all the characters because this book is about video games and programming and development. I am an avid video gamer. You guys can see it in my vlog. I love playing video games. I wanted to get into game design when I was younger, but I realized that that's not the path for me, and I am currently working as a software developer, so I know a lot of the back ins and out. I have my own experiences about being a woman in tech and all of that, and being a woman in STEM classes. So I just wanted to, so the reason why I'm so upset is because I felt like Zevin was so good at depicting the woman's experience in tech and women's experience in computer programming classes, specifically in the beginning. So in the very beginning, you see that he depicts kind of like, and actually I'm gonna read a quote from the book, and just to give you guys context, this is Sadie's, one of the main characters in the book, first experience while being in a game design class with development of a sorts, and she's one of the only 2 females in the class, but the other female kind of just brushes her off because, and I quote, "It was as if being a woman was a disease that you didn't wish to catch. As long as you didn't associate with other women, you could imply to the majority, the men, I'm not like the other ones." And this is kind of like a true statement of sort. You would think there would be camaraderie, whatever. You would think that there would be like a group of women just being together and trying to stand firm with each other, but it isn't the case, and it's something that I have experienced. Of course, I've also met really wonderful other females in programming classes and in tech, but there are instances like this. So I felt like Zevin did a really good job at depicting it. And then we go forward and we talk about the game that Sadie designs, and it's kind of the game that gets the plot moving and going. Like, this is the amount, like this is the front of the book, so it's just the beginning of the book, right? And it is a game about complacency. I thought it was a really fascinating game. I thought it was super interesting, right? And I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so I'm just gonna say it was a very interesting premise for a game, and I thought it was mind-blowing almost. Like, whoever came up with this is genius. So surely I thought Zevin probably got influences from other video games, and I wanted to see if that game existed and if I could play it. And so I go line, I'm googling about the game and I come up with a cross of a bunch of articles, and those articles made me so upset at Zevins for this because, okay, so he did not give credit to Brenda Romero for a game called Train, which the game that kickstarts the book was based off of. He did not give credit to that, and I know there's a lot of discussion in literature and story writing if references to stuff should be credited, but it just irks me and leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because how is this able to write about like the woman's experience in tech and how we're treated, and then just goes ahead and treat them like that by not giving them credit where it's due. This book, I don't want to spoil it because I don't know, I don't want to figure out like the whole, like I want to be able to present my anger and my disappointment about this book while also not spoiling the book itself, because that's not the point. Like I know I'm one of those people who don't care about spoilers, but I feel like it'll take away from this. But essentially the whole premise of this also contains instances where Sadie feels like she's not given the credit that she deserves. I think that just pisses me off. I was like, how can you write about a female's experience about not getting the credit that she deserves due to other men in her life that she worked on the gaming project for, because somehow those men got taken over and they became like the figurehead for her inspiration for her game, even though she works tirelessly and is a huge part of the game development itself. Like, how can you write that and not credit the woman whose game you based off of and got the story rolling? But on the same note, I think it would have been, it's a two-sided coin for me, because I'm even more upset about this, and I think the reason why I'm sitting down and vlogging about this is because of the fact that her husband was credited but not her. I have no words. Okay, I have no words, because her husband was referenced as more like a historical like figure, not really historical, but kind of like a promising figure, and he was just referenced in like some lines of the characters talking, and apparently he was credited but not the game that Zevin wrote about. Like I don't know, I feel like that's unfair. And again, why her husband and not her? Like you could literally just, if you credit one person, it's not that hard to credit a second person, right? I don't know, it has me feeling some kind of way, because up until I looked this up, I really wanted to give this like a 5-star read, but knowing this, I just don't know what to give it, because I'm, as you guys can see, I have a lot of emotions. I'm feeling some kind of way, and I don't know if I articulated this whole premise very well, but July monthly wrap-up is coming up, and hopefully in the next week or so I will have a better idea about what I want to rate this book. But as of right now, I am really upset for the unfair treatment that somehow women once again get for no apparent reason. Like I don't know. I'm gonna close this part off here. I'm gonna continue reading it and annotating it, and then I think for the rest of the vlog I'm gonna try to wrap up this vlog, and I will catch you guys in the next update, whenever that will be. I'm just really upset right now, and yeah, I'll see you guys then.
Marks, get in here. We're 10 minutes away. Sam.
I am going to try to finish listening to tomorrow, and I purchased these fake lashes on TikTok got influenced by TikTok. I used to get lash extensions, and they're expensive, but also I have a habit of just like pulling out my lashes when I'm stressed. So the lash extensions does not help with that. So I'm gonna see if the DIY lashes are any better, and also if it's easy to apply, because I think this is supposed to last like 1 to 7 days, which is probably like the perfect amount for me. So we're gonna go ahead and do that while I continue listening to tomorrow. Is it gonna focus? Yeah, I'm at 72% into the book. I'm still finishing it, even though I'm kind of mad about Zevin, the author, but I can't deny that this book is kind of like a masterpiece. I think it's a very well written book. I love the flow, I love the past, present, and future. The way she writes is kind of artistic, so I can't not appreciate the art, but I can also be mad about what happened. So I'm gonna try to finish it since I already purchased the book. I have it on audio, so just gonna finish it and do my lashes. Hopefully I finish it by today, because it's already the 30th, and I need to finish this book and then 1984 as well. So we'll see how I get going. I am almost out of battery, but these are the lashes. They came out a lot better than I thought they would. The real test is going to see how long they last in the next couple of days, but I'm going to try to film with these. I'm going to try to film the August TBR, and I will catch you guys then. I have finished the book, and I don't know how I feel about it. I have absolutely no idea how I want to feel about this book. You guys probably heard earlier about my rant about the authors themselves, but this book is a beautifully written book. I felt like I could relate to a lot of the moments in the book itself. So plot-wise, storytelling-wise, artistic-wise, this is a solid 5. However, based on everything that has happened, I don't know what to rate it. I think after my monthly wrap-up, and when this video goes up, it's only July 31st, I am not going to talk about this book again, even though I absolutely love this book. This could have been a top contender for the best romance-ish book I've read in 2024, but the author was so shady. The author and what she did was so shady, I am not going to give it the time. So storytelling wise, 5. Whatever the author did, bumped it down. I think I'm gonna put it as a 4 on Goodreads, or a 3.5. I don't know. I don't know what to rate on Goodreads. Maybe I won't even rate it. I'll just rate it for myself. But overall, I really loved the story. I think it was beautifully written. There was an artistic flow to the story that is very different from other romance books that I've read. So this was a good branch outside of my usual comfort zone. I think that Jessie was right. This is a beautiful book. It is a great romance book, but the author is not for me. So that's it. Today is the 31st, meaning I have about another 9 hours or so to finish 1984 and then wrap up this vlog. I don't think I would do a wrap up this time around, since my monthly wrap up will be up before this vlog. So if you guys want to hear more about what I felt about every single book, you guys can watch the monthly wrap up. That should already be up by now, and I'm gonna get to reading 1984, wrap it up. I'm basically almost there, like 40 minutes left in the book. I did listen to this as an audiobook and pair read it. A lot of annotation done as well, but yeah, I don't know. I'm so disappointed in this book. I don't know. I'm gonna end this vlog clip here, and then I will see you guys when I finish 1984. So I have finished 1984 just in time for the end of July, and this book was dense. I don't even know why it was in the high school curriculum. Like, as an adult, I'm still struggling to understand it. It has a lot of foreshadowing. It has a lot of themes that reoccurs and metaphors that are being used, and I can appreciate it. But the text itself is fairly dense, and the ending is open-ended, I think. I'm not even sure. But honestly, I think the moral of this whole book is that the past is written by the victors, and the theme of the book is that the past is written by the victors, and the victors, aka the people who are running society, can dictate how we see and view the world. Ultimately, the past is really just a recollection of our memories, and we only need a set amount of people to believe in a certain thing in order for it to be considered the past. I think with technology nowadays, because this is 1984, so it's written in an era and decades where we don't have like video footage like this, for example, right? So it was a lot harder to remember the past and kind of have physical evidence of such. I don't know how it would apply to today's world, but with the use of AI and honestly being able to mask over somebody's face and come up with pretty realistic situations of what they would say, even using their voice, AI generated voice, is also like we're stepping into this, like, for somehow, like, what I got out of this book is somehow we managed to kind of recurve ourselves into 1984, or create a situation where 1984 is possible. So my thought is that 1984 was only possible with the totalitarian regime that they have here because of the lack of technology and the lack of formats to hold on to these memories, because previously all your memories just based on written text, and written text is fairly easy to reproduce, right? And our memories. But what happens if we make people doubt their memories with replacements of text, aka the only physical proof that we have, right? So I don't know, it's fascinating because now we're in a society where it feels like that wouldn't be possible, but also you can fabricate footage and people's faces and whatnot. So I think it's a fascinating take. It's definitely, when comparing to our real world today, it's definitely giving a lot of food for thought. But I would rate this 3.5 stars, closer to a 3-star. It's not a long book. I don't even know how many pages it is, but I think it's in like 200 pages. I know it's a short book, but literally tomorrow I read it at the same pace. Actually, I think I finished tomorrow faster than I did this book. I can't wait to see what Ellen thinks about 1984 and all the questions everybody had. I did ask her a couple of questions. I think this book is still very good in terms of trying to use it as more of a literary aspect. You can see how the themes revolve, all the foreshadowing and whatnot, and I do think it depicts a fascinating take on the future, and almost ironically the way Orwell wrote about the capitalist. I'm not saying he predicted something, but I'm saying he predicted how capitalism has gone off the rails. So there's that. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video here. Not gonna do my usual wrap up since I believe this video was already like pretty freaking long. But a quick recap, I read The Wicked King, 5 stars, amazing book, starting the Queen of Nothing next month, aka August, tomorrow, as soon as possible. The Wicked King was an awesome read. I felt like it was action-packed. There were a lot of events happening throughout the books, but whoever said that it was a romance book, they're dirty liars. There's barely even a crumb of the only reason I'm bringing this out is because when I was first marketed towards the Cruel Prince series, it was on TikTok, and they were like, if you love enemies to lovers, what enemies to, okay, there is enemies, but what lovers? They're barely touching each other at this point, okay? There is like tension between them, but I would not rate it. I would not even call it a romance book. It's like you get a crumb of romance. Anyway, so that was a 4.5 star read, closer to 5. Then I finished The Poppy War. I gave it a 5 when I finished it. The Poppy War is a recommendation from Graham Matthews Reviews and also Jesse. It is very historical vibes with a little bit of fantasy, not high fantasy. Actually, I don't know the definition between high fantasy and fantasy, but basically it has elements of fantasy in it. I thought it was a very good book and I rated 5, but I might bump it down to 4. I think I'm just gonna keep the rating as what it is, but in retrospect, I think it's closer to a 4 because the author really replicated the same thing that happened in history in the book, and it's not, looking back, I find it not creative. I think it's very true and it's a good depiction of war, but looking back, I'm just like, especially with the whole plagiarism aspect that I felt with Tomorrow, I don't know, I felt like maybe she should have added her own flair to it. So I'm still gonna read the second book. It's really hype. Hopefully the second book doesn't follow too one-on-one with history, but we will see. I think after that, I read 1984 and Tomorrow. You guys have heard me probably rant about Tomorrow already, and 1984 I just wrapped up. So with that, I think that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog videos, and you guys do. If you guys like bookish content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Sunday for another video. Bye!